Hello Hello， 哎，我成功了，我的字幕是大的了，你看，耶，我的字幕变好大呀，看到了没？终于开了，我朋友刚刚才离开啊，他待到比较晚，今天，因为他要为礼拜六做准备，所以待到蛮晚的。完了，这个变大导致它的一些画面很明显变模糊了，不过这没差啦，其实了大很大很大。看这好难看哦。字幕该不会突破荧幕吧？我让你看看。哈啦，有突破荧幕吗？那当然是没有啊。
Speak then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well. Sitting, as you observed. Thank you. Parshera, was there anything else? As you wish.
他的话依旧少，嘛，至少好感加了，大家。
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
而且对方的字幕跑到下面了，你说这个吗？你说就是那个这个字吗？这个是我最重点要处理的对象。哎，我这个稍微研究了一下，我去查了一些英文网站，看要怎么弄那个魔珠。不过我先给个心理准备，第二集字一样在上面，但是比较顺眼。我这边先跟你声明一下，第二集字幕在上面，而且改不了，因为没有那个模组可以改。但是第二集的字幕看起来会舒服很多。我这边先跟你讲一下。
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you okay?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
你虽然老烂，但人充满活力，我敢打赌。
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
别这么说，我们仍然需要你。
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
好感加一。
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
Doggy，
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
We need you， 我真的很需要他，他可以复活我们队友哎。
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
去吧，他确实是臭臭的。 快去，小笨狗！
Excellent. I will get my soap,
洗澡。
and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
狗狗好感没有减呢，太棒了！我最忠诚的好朋友，不管怎么对待它，它都不会减好感度。
Yes? Well, here I am. What is meant by someone like me? And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no? Flatterer. I, however, did not take vows, and so perhaps I am not as enigmatic. The champion provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
好感加6。外摩瑞根死到哪去了？你的一个团队成员开始真心喜欢你，并尊敬你的领导。随着你与队员进一步加深，你该回到营地跟他们谈谈。哈，看一下哦。不过它这个变得有点糊，就是它变那么大的时候。所以我现在是可以跟他 happy 了吗？
Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think. I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth? Are you sure? Was she
没错，是岳母。
Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men. Flemeth, mother of witches. Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists.
他还真的没这样介绍过自己。
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you. Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice,
喂，好绿呀！
and they fell in love.
太绿了吧！
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her
这感觉就是
husband,
陷阱啊！
and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen
我想
entered
也是。
Hyava, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds
感觉
to
不出
plot
来
and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
没有，我觉得可能是真的。我觉得蛮有可能是真的，毕竟那个女人看起来确实是蛮多故事的。找一下摩瑞根，她依旧很孤僻。
What do you wish of me? If you must. Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
你随时可以问我。
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. For the most part, Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved
谁
to
知
be
道？不管他。
overwhelming. I was
我是觉得应该就是本
unfamiliar
人
with so
啊。
much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
非常勇敢，听起来像是你的作风。
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be travelling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified
Clever
girl,
girl.
and naturally, he was arrested.
真是机智的反应。
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
你说握手吗？
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again. Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
耶，加六。刚刚聊的还算蛮开心的， 我还是比较喜欢摩瑞根一点，虽然我觉得雷利安娜也蛮不错的，而且这两个都是后面几集都会出现的角色。
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
好了，我看一下还有什么要注意的哦。
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. I'm sure you.
把一些东西卖一卖，像羊皮纸就应该卖了，没多少钱就是了，这个也可以卖。这东西可以干嘛？随便。这可以当礼物送啊。
Enchantment? Enchant.
好了，走吧。我看一下接下来要做什么。哈，这个是怎样？萨尔切关爱，带个魔瑞根，
Indeed.
然后温妮，跟我想一下哦，带你好了，试探。
Yes.
这里，现在到哪？我刚打完法师之环。
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
More machines ahead.
As you said.
I'm no pushover, you'll see. I'm no pushover, you'll see.
Another battle away. Hurry. Die.
今天的结缘赞啊！干那个烧鸡真的好可爱啊！我少数很喜欢的乐乐角。好像都解决了吧？真是调皮呢。
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but
很
capable
需要
enough,
教训
as
教
you
训，
saw.
没错。
Discipline and focus. The master says we will help in the battles to come. Discipline and focus. The master says we will help in the battles to come.
话说今天稍微摸了一下第2集的系统，我觉得第2集变好玩蛮多的。我摸了一点点第2集，第2集好玩蛮多的，至少它打击感做得变得很好，所以我觉得第2集我应该会玩得蛮开心的。第1集我觉得就是打击感做得不太好啦。怎么个改？就其实系统差不多，但是它就是打击感大改，然后主角他有语音的。对，第2集应该问题就是重复利用的地图，但那个只要故事写得够好，我其实可以原谅，我可以忍耐。终于不是零氪了，其实好像也就只有第1集这样了。因为2、3、4集的主角都是有语音的，而且质量效应更是3集都是同一个主角，然后同一个心路历程这样走下去的。
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
你需要我帮你找驴子对吧？
Oh, no. I sent the elf to do that. I wouldn't dream of asking a stranger to do it. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
第1集看起来就比较王道了剧情。
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains.
而且现在字幕变大了啦，不过现在字幕变大了，第1集我觉得我应该可以打完的。我本来差点打不下去，你知道吗？因为看得太累了。我本来第1集差点玩不下去，因为实在是玩得太累了，而且老实说，它战斗没有到特别的爽快。第1集的战斗。你说不好玩吗？我觉得也还好，但就是它打击感做的不太好，所以导致有点玩的有点不是很畅快。我现在这个字幕的最大问题解决掉了，所以我觉得我玩得下去了。
No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But maybe you could. The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes? The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our...
可这是 DLC 耶，这个 DLC 怎么会很重要？它跟主线有什么关联？
Hence the low price. What do you say?
多少
？Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone.
会多一个同伴，真的假的
To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful.
是主线同伴吗？还是 DLC 同伴？
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn.
哦 ，DLC 才有的嘛，我想也是。BioWare 也会搞这招，应该说 EA 会搞这招。好吧。
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works. Alright, well, oh, then I really hope it works. Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
哎，不能帮他找驴子吗？ 哎，所以驴子不能帮他找。我本来想说帮他找个驴子的说，是我刚刚威胁他吗？我刚刚威胁他导致他害怕了吗？啊，真的是因为驴子哦。好吧，那因为我想帮他找驴子。哎，我是个大善人呐、找个驴子没什么。
Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and... Allow me to introduce myself. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster. It's a control rod, That's not such an issue. So long as you have it.
没错，我想当工具人，怎样？
Hence the low. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll... Just hold up the rod and say Dulav Gar. Best of luck to you then.
哎，还是没有啊，
To me to find that mule myself.
还是没有啊，干，好吧，他不想要让我当工具人，那我就不当工具人了啊！他这么好心，不肯不让我当工具人，那我就不当工具人。哎，亏我对你这么好，想帮你当你的工具人，结果你不要。哎，你不要，那是你的，那是你的选择。再见。又有剧情。
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the tyke as our own.
怎么听起来很不妙？云铁矿，这可以干嘛？哦，感觉就是可以做很强的武器的。
I shall do it. It is begun.
对啊，我刚刚也觉得听起来少一手一脚，不知道是不是真的是这样。哎，我不能用哦，我还以为主角可以用呢。所以这个是只有特定职业才能用，就是切。我本来想要扔一发的。
As you say.
我用，其实他还蛮强的，老实说。我看一下哦，这个要怎么用？哦，好吧，要先把这边的敌人都干光光。要先把敌人干光。
As you say. Very well.
法师可以在法师打断之前承受更多伤害。先做这个好了。好，看一下哦，给他学个强一点的魔法好了。地震好像还不错。昨天地震用的很爽啊！昨天第一次在这个游戏体会到爽感，因为疯狂对敌人用10项地震，好爽！干，技能不足 ，fuck you！ 威廉姆的地窖。What the hell？ 这里怎么了？这里是什么鬼地方啊
It is begun. I shall do it.
把所有人都震倒！地震也太强了吧！到底要震几次啊？地震也太强了吧！他要震到几百年啊！不要，先不要。
say, I shall do so.
这些战术我好像后来都蛮懒得用的，我突然发现，稍微还是设定一下好了。敌人，然后聚集成群的，至少5名友军的话，用地震好了。哎，不能用地震哦。啊，不能用地震哦。好吧，不能用地震。哎，我选的是友军，我明明选的是敌人。我选的明明是我选的是友军吗？等一下哦。我选的是敌人，没错啊。哎哦，至少5名友军靠北，看到了。那要怎么看敌人有那个很多敌人的话，那个要是直接用地震的。好像没办法哎。算了，这个先不要好了。要怎么去除？你这是照攻略调的哦。哦。先关掉这个好了，这个我以后再弄。我现在好像发现直接手动玩还比较方便一点。看这里发生什么事？哇，都是尸体。Hello, fucker.
was a most difficult battle.
It has begun.
我有跟石头人说话吗？没有欸。那我要出去一下吗？
I shall do it.
那我出去一下。不确定有没有关系哦，那我去看一下。
This is a golem, I believe. Damaged, perhaps beyond repair. There may be a way to reactivate it, though that is not necessarily wise.
Hmm? 棒棒没有用，なんで？棒棒没有用 ，What the fuck？
I shall do it.
他给我假的棒棒。反正先去救村民吧，我先把村民救了再说。
As you say.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
我在找外面雕像的主人。
The statue outside? Why would... Oh, I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for shale. That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance! How should I know? It must be. My father was its master, and it still killed him. Surely that's not normal behavior. My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Arls of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake shale up, well, it's yours now. My mother never talked about it much. I was just a small child when my father died. Look, I know you
难不成他父亲
probably
成
have
为了
more
那个
important
石
things on your
像？
mind, but I really need your help. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you? You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
OK， 反正就先处理这个吧，先把他好感度弄起来，他就会对我好一点了。哎呦，我操！傻小。
As you say.
Begin the onslaught.
还不错的样子，装一下。
It has begun. As you say.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like... Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
我们谁是我们
Kitty and me, of course. You don't see anyone else here, do you? Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
当然，那只猫觉得我分心了。
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind.
哎呦， what the
I would miss you dearly if
what the
you
fuck？
left.
猫咪会说话。
Of course, silly.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Who are you?
I am a cat. Really.
What the fuck?
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
一个觉得你很有趣的陌生人。
Oh, did you hear that, Amalia? I have another admirer.
That's because you're wonderful, Kitty.
I have been bound to this chamber for decades, cut off from all contact. It has been maddening. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father.
不对，他是恶魔，
Leave this place
这是恶魔附身的吧？
That's such a crude way of putting it. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong?
Eh， 这个要选哪个？我觉得选这个也不太好，就选这个最后。 哎，看这个我还真不知道选哪个好，伤脑筋。是不是应该选这个啊？因为我觉得这只猫有点怪怪的。
Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting. Kitty is going to be free. I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
不对，不对，不对，这只猫哪里怪怪的？
I am still trapped. What is the matter?
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
This 这是要干嘛？看这会烧伤，靠背。
But he never met Kitty.
Very well. It shall be done.
过来，过来，过来！
Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
I shall do it.
Kitty is my best friend.
I shall do it. Very well. I shall do it.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
Very well.
Tell me a story.
“我大概知道是怎么解啦，但是就是这种解谜还蛮老派的，硬核老派式解谜。
As you say.
Oh, it's a flower.
It
Is
has
it a
begun.
daffodil? I like daffodils.
I shall do it. Very well. I shall do it. It has begun.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
It has begun. As you say. It shall be done.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
As you say.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden? Arl Rendon Howe? The Arl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you? You are the last of the Couslands? I had no idea. My lord. Yes, I suppose so. You can no longer have a title, can you? But that does not mean you must forget utterly where you came from. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden? Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Tell me a story.
I shall do it. Very well.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
Yes?
Very well. Very well.
Tell me a story.
Very well. It is begun. As you say. Very well.
Oh, is it a daffodil? I like that.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
我说过会释放你，但我可没说要让你活着啊。这个恶魔放走他，他会怎么样吗？有点想问，如果有人知道的话。不敢乱选。跟小女孩回家哦。
Anywhere. Close your eyes, my darling. This will take but a moment.
哦，干他附身小女孩了，靠背。干他附身小女孩了，干。
Yes, this is what
Fuck.
I wanted. To see, to feel. I will go now to my father. He will be happy to see me.
Fuck. 干我要独挡。
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a
Yes.
kitty?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us. Betrayal! You will not take the girl. She is mine.
Kitty, you're scaring me. I won't let you inside me. I won't.
Come on, bitch！ 妈的，敢动萝莉就是死！干，原来是魅魔！妈的，原来是该死的魅魔啊！ Fuck you！ 妈的，敢附身小女孩！你做好觉悟了吗？
Quickly, we must fight!
哼！
It is begun.
妈的，还想附身小女孩呀、这样就学乖了吧？哼，果然没一个好东西。哎呀！
Kitty,
好了，这个结果是我相对能接受的。
As you say, no quarter shall be given.
刚刚主角那个表情超好笑，刚刚那个震惊的表情。
It is done.
看这个哑巴主角居然能在他脸上看到表情，笑死我了！一副 What the fuck， 我的小乐乐。难躲！恶魔真的不能轻易相信。DLC 那个算是比较特别的。
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. You'll need a phrase to activate Shale. It's Doolan Han. I wouldn't want the thing, but it's obvious you can handle yourself just fine. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
耶，得到了最好的结果，至少我心目中的最好结果。哎，偶数走回头路，靠背。Hello?
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
你好。
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Gollum.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
No.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace. Perhaps I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must. I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
我不太喜欢现在的事态发展。
Then order me to stop, or go away, or just order me, please. And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is broken? I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will. Yes.
Oh.
It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me? I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village. Yes, very likely. I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough? Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, Gollum, stop crushing my head. Ah! Yes, I'm just funny that way. I have no idea. How does it trust anything else without a control rod? Fair enough. Then I promise not to sit on it accidentally or without sufficient provocation. Good enough?
Welcome aboard.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way. This should be interesting.
Haha.
Vashaden.
Yes.
Horseman. Indeed.
Share. 我回地窖搜一下物资。啊干，包包又满了，靠背。看好烦，有哪些东西可以不要哦？我想要卖一卖。这里有商人吗？
On my way.
这里好像没有商人，可恶！ 好吧，我只能先暂时离开了。我把东西卖一卖。看一下哦，他的能力有需要用粉碎打击是吧？要用粉碎打击才能用这2个能力。哈，好特别的角色。哎，干什么干什么？What the fuck？ 乱打鸡，坏坏。
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat?
把东西卖一卖，小型商药我把它卖掉，反正很少在用。酸性涂料，这些可以卖吗？机神降临，靠背，瑕疵的我卖掉好了。
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Yeah.
It's true. One single tear, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
哼，好怪的角色。这角色好好玩。
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone?
还蛮可爱的。
Master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks if it likes. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
You look like alive.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing. I do. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
呆呆的，还蛮可爱的。
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Ooh, shiny.
Hmm, 我还有一个伙伴没加入。
Enchantment?
He can fold lyrium into all. It's a and there you have it.
不能帮其他人附魔吗？看一下哦，其他人的武器都不能附魔。
Enchantment?
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
回来把东西拿一拿。
I shall do it.
要钥匙又来，是刚刚那个村民的钥匙吧？等下可以拿去卖。吼吼，奥拉夫珍藏的奶酪切刀，什么鬼？哇！那这个还要敏捷24，我的天，笑死！哥，你的敏捷多少？它是不是可以装啊？哦，它可以装呀！哎，奶酪切刀就是你啦，特别为你定制的，好好使用。 瑞登人与他们对 cheese 的迷恋。这个家伙又不是佛瑞登人，这个家伙是暗压工会的人，他是那个暗杀组织的人。所以暗杀组织的人都最喜欢奶油切刀，我们最爱吃奶油吐司，一定是这样的，哎。看奶油切刀长得还蛮有样子的嘛，看起来还蛮厉害的。
It called.
看区奶油切刀居然那么嚣张。那个兵剑是要怎么装备啊？这样装备吗？装这边吗？哦，先把兵剑用一用。又是长剑。反正等一下卖了就好。
I shall.
哇哦，哎，还好我有下来。看这边一堆好东西，这个东西到底可以干嘛？这个水晶到底是要做什么的？我还是真的有点搞不懂。应该没东西了啦，不过以防万一再检查一下。有限的背包，无限的痛苦，所以那个东西没什么用，是不是？没什么用的话，我就把它卖掉。它感觉应该就是它是不是附魔用的道具啊，还是什么的？我有点不太懂，不太确定。你说背包空间有限，捡东西强迫症超痛苦。对啊，真的蛮痛苦的。好了，该打主线了。我今天打主线应该也打不完，就是我应该明天才打得完。那个法师之环就出乎我意料的长。哎呦，哎，这把剑还算蛮强的。可是它不能附魔，有点可惜。 我不知道哎，你推荐哪一个？还是说把国王的知己也解掉？我是打算解主线啊，主线有野兽天性是精灵的，欧扎马是什么？矮人哦，矮人的跟这个伊蒙伯爵。
If there's anything I can do for you, please.
主线的话，先去赤岩哦。为什么？
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
它每个地图怪的等级都不一样，低等级来说最好先赤岩就是了。好，您说的是。
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or
去赤岩的话，带阿拉斯特。哦，好，那我等下就去赤岩吧。
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I.
好像说伊蒙伯爵是阿拉斯特的什么什么的来着的。摩瑞根这个先留着好了。
Something you need?
然后这几个都可以卖了。这个先留着，这个也留着，这个不要卖，这个毕竟是家传的剑，卖了会觉得很对不起父母。好，那就去阿拉斯特吧。等一下，去之前跟同伴培养一下感情。
What do you need? You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did. I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry. I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
还建议带谁吗？那个赤岩的话，
I suppose he did.
赤岩除了阿拉斯特以外，还有谁建议带？
Wishes I was with him in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him. Yes, I know. I think he came from Hyeva, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor.
喜欢谁带谁。那有没有复活药？
Had someone close to you die?
那个复活药是什么药来着？
Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
还说复活药没有？
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you.
没有这种东西，好吧，那看来得带那个了，
It was good to talk about.
得带温妮了。
That's good to hear. It's nice to know I'm not the only one who remembers him well.
阿拉斯特的好感度意外的蛮好加的。好了，那得带温妮了。如果没有复活药这么重东东的话，那就只能带温妮啦，还能怎么办？它可以复活欸，复活是神技啊！
Anything I can do for you?
真的没有复活药哦，看一下哦。但真的没有欸，我靠！ 然后这个还是买不了，我的钱还是不够。看，我想要这个啦，我要给主角练个那个加成的。只能用魔法复活，干妈烂游戏啊，没有啦，烂游戏。好吧，我的魔法，我的金币还是不够。我想要买那个格斗用的那个给主角装的。 好，那就去赤岩吧。阿拉斯特、温妮，跟我想一下哦，爱带谁带谁是吧？带摩瑞根好了。我喜欢看摩瑞根跟阿拉斯特斗嘴。奇怪，誓言在哪来着？
Yes. Braska.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
誓言怎么走？哦，这里看到了。哎，去不了。哦，这里誓言村。
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier. I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly? I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry.
What the fuck?
The reason he did that was because...
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
你是王室私生子 ？What the fuck？ 干，你是什么永东城的 Jon Snow 是不是？那个凯兰就是被那个背叛的那个国王嘛，我记得，就是现任国王，然后已经死掉的那一位，所以他的死掉的那个是他兄弟。What the fuck？ 是什么展开？那你不就是王位的继承人了？
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so.
我操，8点档，难怪你要我带阿拉斯特。
and nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me.
可是现在凯兰挂啦。
I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone.
那这样洛根知道他的存在会不会要除掉他？
They resented me for it, or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
洛根知道吗？
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, The new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard.
对啊，感觉洛根会知道啊。
Of course they existed.
他好歹是国王的亲
The Arl
信。
didn't care, but she did. So
我说
off I
上
was
一任
packed
国王的
to
亲
the nearest
信。
monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
看这角色完全是 Jon Snow 的翻版诶。有看过《权力游戏》的都知道我在说什么。Jon Snow。
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence. I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming. And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that, I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
那不是你的真实想法，对吧？
No, I suppose not. I don't feel very lucky at all, to be honest.
哇，好乱啊！这个世界。我是不是还有一个伙伴还没加入？
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us? The Arl? Then you don't know? Has nobody out there heard? We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous.
真的。
We've no army to defend us.
妈的，人类永远都是这样啊！内忧外患呐，然后内忧永远会搞死自己。
And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
干，我好想把画质调高一点，但是调高我怕电脑会岔塞。应该说游戏会直接 crash 掉。
Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things. What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelin risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar. Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
长得还算帅，希望他是个好人。
Unfortunately, that might be a problem.
希望他是好人，我不想要再被背叛
No one has
了。
heard from the castle in days.
太多背叛
No
了。
guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
也不是腻了，会累啦。一直背叛的话，会真的就是会疑心疑鬼，不知道该相信谁。
Some call them the walking dead, decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again.
腻是不会腻啦，但就是还蛮精彩，但就是久了也会变得疑神疑鬼，会累。
And Logain starting a war over the throne. No one responds to my urgent calls for help.
只有老婆是真的，真的。哎。
Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Logain without Arleman.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Hammer.
Of course. I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes? Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more. Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss. I'm not here for glory. I would prefer being outside, but Perth has a point. We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
至少是正派的人士，这位。
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him. I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, perhaps. Spirits possessing the bodies of the dead. We could be dealing with a mage, but who would do such a thing?
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
低级意志，被围困的村庄，那个帕斯在哪里？
Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you. Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same.
我是个正气凛然又有富有智慧的人，所以我都要选比较正经的选项。
I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left.
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task? Of course, child. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return.
哎，我就知道摩瑞根会摇头，毕竟他跟圣教算是对立的。
Sacrifice to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our.
摩瑞根鄙视圣教，也不意外啦。对啊，摩瑞根会反感我也不意外，毕竟是你懂的。好啦好啦，送个礼物给摩瑞根，安抚他一下。有没有礼物可以塞给他？哇，我现在没有礼物可以送人，好吧。我只能够之后得到他的，再想办法得回他的好感度了。
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened, but I haven't heard from them since. I am. You've heard of me? I'm sorry to burden you with my mourning. May her be with you.
这个角色是怎样？他有支线吗？我看一下。好像没有啊。
Everything will be all right.
I'm so scared, Father. What?
Shall we go home?
Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time, everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too. You will? Thank you so much. Please find him. But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must.
奇怪，怎么没有他的支线？哦，有了。
Must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
You know, we don't have the
Still
men
no
we
sign
need.
of them coming back from the
Their
castle,
numbers just
Murdoch.
keep growing.
Tell them to maintain watch. So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king. Oh, how nice of you to drop by and grace us with your magnificence. Maybe later you could show us which end of our swords to hold.
Would this be before or after we save your sorry hides?
We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight. I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
How can I help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help. His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first. I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
还有一个人是叫什么？帕斯长官，帕斯在哪里？看一下哦。帕斯长官他驻扎在魔方附近。
It must have been very difficult for you and your mother, Morrigan, to live always hiding from the Chantry and its hunters.
Your pitying tone is as unwelcome as it is unnecessary, old woman. There was nothing difficult about our lives in the slightest.
But surely you must have drawn notice from time to time. No matter how powerful you claim to be, you would not wish the full attention of the Chantry.
Hunters did come into the wilds from time to time. They did not leave.
And the interest of the Chantry was never aroused. I find that difficult to believe.
I imagine you find many things difficult to believe. Your own preference for the leash you wear, for instance.
There are good reasons for the world to fear mages, even despite our best intentions.
Your best intentions, perhaps. Their fear concerns me not at all.
哎，摩瑞根真是尖锐啊！他讲话真的好尖锐，看样子真的是没有少受过委屈。
Yes, what can I do for you? Very well.
哦，魔方在那里。
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh,
脏死了。
Part of Templar training back at the
好脏啊你，阿拉斯特。
Always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway,
太脏了。
Sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
脏死了。
Going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
No word from the
啊
castle.
说的还真是有那么点道理。雷利安娜喜欢的花。
It is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death. Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen. Vicious chatter.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit that I do not quite know how to address you. Is my lord sufficient? As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defence, perhaps all is not lost. When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here. We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Alessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish. The Al once employed a scholar, Brother Donativi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told. Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks. Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood. As you wish. We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
我是不是该把谋瑞根换下去啊？还是说先不要？我想一下哦。看队员一多，还真的会选择困难症。算了，还是先这样好了。好，看一下哈。不知道这个孩子有没有标记，应该是没有了。这个失踪的孩子不知道在哪里。好，我先处理这位，处理那个铁匠。那个铁匠说在哪里来着？看一下哦。铁匠铺里，铁匠铺看一下这里。等个档。
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left. Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough. All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are? Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone! I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us?
我打算试试。
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
那民兵怎么办？
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
我向你保证，我会找到她的。
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
妈的，闭嘴啊，莫瑞根！
It
靠
seems
腰
I，have some work to do relighting the forge, and I
他
suppose
在我靠北哦。
I'll have to find some
还好我有带他，带他对话变得好好
maybe the
玩。
mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm going to get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however. I've you to thank for that, stranger. Just do what you've promised, and it will have been worthwhile. Right.
我来看看啊，你有没有什么很猛的武器啊？好像没有呢，卖的都是些废物。头盔，也不是很好。他卖的都不是什么很强的东西，算了，不要。买了亏本，还会浪费空间。
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over a drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget. I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
我需要确认一下，稍等一下。所以那两个支线都是要在城堡里面吗？就是这个失踪的孩子跟失踪的孩子，这个也是在城堡里面吗？哦，他们的哦，所以他也跑去城堡里面，好吧？那应该也是要到城堡里面，好吧？好，我确认一下有没有什么东西要顾一下。 好了，应该是没有了，那就直接开始吧。
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly.
我准备好了，走吧。
Sure? There's still time left if you need to talk with Sir Perth or do anything else.
好吧，那我再跟他讨论一下。
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal. Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything? Of course I did. She said she could not help us. She offers prayers to the Maker. Only she can call on him to guard us against this evil. How will we prevail without the Maker watching over us? That gladdens my heart to hear it.
那个圣母不是幕后黑手吧？
As you wish, Grey Warden.
Ah, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead. Ed.
Blast and damnation.
What is it you need, child? I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give. Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that. I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
好的。反正这种时候有信仰也未必不是坏事。看12点了，我操，怎么这么晚呢？我现在还在兴头上哎，现在居然给我12点了。接下来这段是不是会很长啊？
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal. Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
你觉得真的有用吗？
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection?
完了！
I will send some men to collect the amulets.
完了，这种的死得快啊！
Seeing some sense at last. No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is... Ask me whatever you wish.
Foolish.
As you wish, Grey Warden.
啊，有点蠢啊，这样。
Blood and damnation.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence. You couldn't have armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker. There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
应该是没事了吧。
Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
剧情推进总是需要智障，是啊，就难免嘛。也不能说智障啊，就是迷信的人。
They're coming. Get to your positions. Make ready.
来了来了来了，僵尸大军！走，冲啊，各位！呀，杀！嗨！干死他们！不太好打，意外的。
from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help! Come on! We need to hurry!
解决。这段还蛮好玩的，可能因为我开始会玩了吧，所以有上手的感觉。果然上手了之后就可以比较融入世界了。
And we survived the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, good sir. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your Maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
哦，所以下一个步骤就是进攻城堡。耶，升级了。好了，那差不多，明天刚好去进攻城堡。看一下哦。哦，这个好像还不错，练一下。魔瑞根的话，魔瑞根。
Speak.
熊的形态感觉好像比较强，试试看。看这里好像没什么我可以练习，没什么我可以用的招式。先不要好了。那我看一下其他角色有没有办法升等。
Blast it. Yes. Yes.
Doggy。扑咬，咬死他们。
Pigeon crap.
Yes.
Vashaden.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
好 ，OK， 明天我们再去打那个，再去打城，我失败了吗？其他的，啊？等一下，这两个任务怎么突然没了？这算完成了吗？等一下哦，所以我不应该要先打的吗？我应该要先去城堡吗？不对吧？
Good to see you in one piece. Do you have news of Elena yet? Well, I'll give it some time. Now's the best time to go into the castle, though, and see.
好像没有啊，好像还是要继续啊。奇怪嘞，它怎么它上面显示是完成的任务？
It has begun.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the I am. Good day.
There are many gone who we must honor. But we must also remember those who aided us in our darkest.
我多存一个档好了。如果明天发现那个支线已经失败的话，那我要再独档打一次。所以我存一个新档。好，那我们今天先玩到这吧，我差不多该休息了。OK， 我们玩到这，明天我一样9点开，明天9点开。现在玩到兴头上了，感觉有动力继续玩到结束了。不错不错，上手之后觉得游戏越来越好玩。好了，啵啵啵啵啵啵。